Welcome to the Plus Add-on tutorial. Today we're gonna demonstrate row background widget for you. It is one of the biggest widget in the Plus add-ons. It have tons of options, and the biggest advantage of this widget is it's based on layered architecture. It have three layers: deep layer, middle layer, and top layer. And in each layer there are different options. Like for example, in deep layer, there are options for solid color, gradient color, animated background color, creative image background, and lots of other options. In the middle layer, you can see there are 5 options: canvas effect, modern mouse over, parallax, auto moving, and other options. And on the top layer, you have the other 3 options. And all the layers are based on the Z index. So the deep layer will be, as name suggests, it's a 0 Z index. It will be a deep layer, and on the top of the deep layer there will be a middle layer, and on above all the layers there will be a top layer. So let's start with the first example. And for your kind information, we have divided this video in the 5 different videos, so we can explain each and every main elements of this widget in depth. So in this video tutorial you will see the normal row background options, and for other videos we have made parallax background, segmentation background, canvas background, and gallery background. So let's start with the row background first. You just need to drag and drop the row background, and you will have the all options like this. So in the deep layer you can select the solid color. So in the background you can choose the solid color as per your needs. You have option for the gradient color. You have the color 1, color 2, color location, so you can adjust everything from here. You have the linear or radial option. You have the position option. So you can achieve almost anything using this gradient color background option in the deep layer. Then there is the animated background color option, in which you can select multiple options. For example, we have the green, then we have the black. We can add new color as well, something like purple, and you can add as many as you want. And then you have the animation duration option. It's in the milliseconds. So if you want to change the color each second, you can put the 1000, and it will keep on changing the colors. So this is the animated background color. Then you have the creative background image option. It have lots of options. First of all, you need to select the background image. You can select any image. Right. Then you can select its position, center or center right or whatsoever. Then you have the attachment option. You can make it fixed, and it will give something parallax effect in the background. And if you have a scroll, it will be a normal effect. Right. Let me hide the top layer so you can see it more clearly. Right. Then you have the background size options. You can select auto cover content as per your background needs. Then you have the background effect. You can keep it normal or you can make it auto moving. As you can see, it will move. You have all the options, right to left, left to right, and everything. You have the transition speed option as well. Then you have the MagicScroll option. Let's make it normal so you can see the MagicScroll example easily. And before that, in the normal background, you have the options for a special image hover effects. So in the background, you can set the parallax tilt effect. That means you can have this kind of effect, the parallax tilt. We will cover this in the parallax background as well, but this is just a demo. Then you have the parallax move effect, and all the options are available here. If you want to turn it off, just select style. Then you have the option for a scroll parallax. That means as you scroll, the image will go right from its location. So that's the scroll parallax. You can see the effect in the front end as well. And there is the MagicScroll option. You should have an idea about the offset and duration in the MagicScroll option. If you are unaware of these options, you can see our separate video for MagicScroll. Let's keep it -200 and the duration to 1000. And we can change the initial and the final position. For example, initially we want the opacity of 0.5, and on the final we can increase the opacity to 1. And you can see when you scroll, the background will be 0.1 and gradually it will go like this. See the opacity of the background image. So you also have the scale value options. Like for example, if you want to scale it out, then you can make it based on the scroll. As you scroll, it's going to scale up. You also can rotate it, and you have the option for the X and Y direction. So if you want to rotate it to 180 degree, for example, you can based on the scroll. You have various options to use from. After that, you also have the responsive image option. That means if you want to change the image in the tablet layout, you can change it using this option. Also, you can set up different image in the mobile as well. You just need to upload that image from here. So these are the options for your creative background image in the deep layer. Then there is the option for the creative background video. In the video, you have the three options: self-hosted, YouTube and Vimeo. You can choose any. If you select the self-hosted, you just need to upload that in the media, and you need to copy paste URL of MP4 file and WebM or OGG file. We have used both the formats for different browsers, so we have our section cross browser supported. Then we have option for the loop and the mute. If you want video in the loop, you can see it, turn it on, and if you want to make it mute, you also enable or disable this option. So for example, let's go with the YouTube video. YouTube video will not be available in the back end. You need to update it and check it in the front end. And you also have the fallback image option. So that means in the mobile devices and in some devices, YouTube video isn't supported, right? Autoplay of the video in the background is not supported. In that case, you will have the fallback image. So in absence of YouTube video, you can see the fallback image in the background. Again, you have the responsive background options. Like if you want to change the image fallback image of video in the tablet you can select from here, and for the mobile you can select from here. The same goes to Vimeo. And for your kind information, you need to put the ID of the any YouTube link over here. In the link of YouTube, this ID will be at the bottom, at the end of the link, right? For the Vimeo as well. You can see the Vimeo background here. You can adjust the height of that section based on the video, because the video aspect ratio will be maintained as per the original size. So if your aspect ratio have less height, then you have to maintain that height using the minimum height option or something else. So you have to take care of this thing. Then there is the option, just a second. Then let's go to the creative background gallery. There is the background gallery option. We have made separate video for this option, so you can check it out over there. But in this option you can add multiple images in the background. Then there is the image segmentation. We made a separate video for this option, but there are some cool segmentation effects using these options available. So let's get back to the original color and move to the middle layer options. In the middle layer you have 5 options. If we consider the canvas effect, again we have made separate video for the canvas effect, so you can check it out. There are nice 8 effect and custom options, so you can check in that video. Then we have the modern mouse hover effect. In this option you can add different items. In each item you have option to upload image. For example, we have uploaded this image, and these have all the position options. That means, look at this option, it have position option in percentage, so you can select it. Like for example, we have set it auto from the left side, then from the right we have put 28%. So using these position options we can adjust the position of this particular image. Then, and for your kind information, you can select different values as per your devices. Like in tablet you can select the responsive values by turning on this option, and in the mobile again you can turn on this option and select the size and everything. So in the desktop you have the 4 position options, and then you have the width option. You can decide the width of that particular image. If you select a higher value it will be like this, and let's keep it 300 or around 300. Then you have the option for the opacity of the image, how much opacity you want. If you want that lighter, then you can decrease the opacity. Then you have the effect intensity option. Below that there is the MagicScroll option again. In the MagicScroll you can set up all the initial and final values. For this we have kept the offset -300 and the duration of the animation for 450, and initially we have the horizontal distance of 2000 and the final it's a 0. That means initially it will be from the left to the original position. For this effect we have used the MagicScroll. It have lots of options, like you can use the opacity based initial and final position, scale, rotate, everything, right? If I will increase the scale size to 1.5, it will be increased on the scroll. So you have all the options of MagicScroll available here. Then again you have the responsive visibility. If you want to hide this image in the tablet or mobile, you can turn it off from this option. we have put the z-index option. That means if you want to make this image on the top of everything, then you can use the z-index options from this. So you can set the z-index which should be higher than every layer, then it will come on the top, right? You can see the z-index effect. And sometimes if you have a multiple z-index in the back end, you need to put the effect, put the value, then you need to update and check in the front end to make it work. So this is the effect. You can see the leaf here, and when I put the z-index, it will become over to the leaf, and we have the opacity. That's why it's a 0.6, and now it's a point. When we will make it full, it will be on the top of everything, right? So z-index will work like this. Again, you have the multiple options. So in the background you can add as much as images you want. You can duplicate it or delete it as generally repeated work. Then you have the option for the auto moving layer. That means you can add even the multiple layers here for the auto moving option. In that you can upload any image, and then you can select the background size options, direction. Let me increase the opacity so you can see the example. You can make it auto moving from bottom to up. You have the transition speed options to make it faster or smaller as per your requirement. Again, we have the responsive visibility option. If you want to hide this in the tablet, then you can hide it. And again, you can use the multiple options for this auto moving layer. Then you have the modern image effect layer in the middle. Into this, you can select any image. For example, let's take this image. You can set up the position, and for example, I want it for 50% from the top, and from the right I want again it's in 50%, right? Let's keep this 30 so we can see it easily. Then again, you can change the responsive option for the tablet and the mobile. You have the opacity option. You can adjust the width from here. Right, you can adjust the, if the image have the less width, so you cannot increase it out, but you can adjust the width from here. See, it can be increased as per the maximum width of the image. So if you want a bigger size here, then use the big images. Then you can select the opacity of image. Right, then you have the options for the image effects like pulse, floating, tossing and rotating. You also have the option for the duration time. Again, you can use the MagicScroll option in this. Then you have the responsive visibility option, and again you have the z-index option. The difference between modern image effect and the modern mouse over parallax is you can have a continuous effects for a tossing, pulse, floating and rotating. Now let's go to the animated SVG. That's a coming soon feature. It will be available very soon. After that, let's go to the top layer. There are three options. First of all, solid color. You can select any color on the top of everything. So you can adjust like this. Then you have the option for the gradient color. You can put the gradient like this, and you have all the color location option, gradient style option, radial, the angle option, and every options are available. Also on the top of the layer there is a texture image option. In that you can use small texture images and it will be like this on a repeat mode. You can adjust its opacity as well to get a look the way you want. There are various options and various demos we already made using this all the options you can see in our demo link. As this is the complex but easiest ever row background plugin we made. Still, if you have any questions, write us on the comment box below. Hope you have enjoyed this video tutorial on row background. Subscribe our channel for more tutorials. Do check all the related links in the description below. Thanks for watching and keep crafting amazing websites. See you in the next video.